Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a Hyundai Sonata guys. It could be any year, any generation. You have check engine light on and code P2187. Stay with us, we will explain what most likely causes that and how to fix it. Now, before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we guys do that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these free videos to you guys. Now, if you need to buy any parts, tools for your Hyundai Sonata or any car for a good price and quick shipping, check out guys the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our tools and supplies from. So with that being said, this is the engine out of this Hyundai Sonata. Specifically, we'll be demonstrating on a 2.4 GDI engine, but even if you have a different engine, procedure is about the same. Code P2187 indicates system, fuel system too lean at idle. Now, before we start, many of you have asked us in the comment section below to share information about the diagnostics that we use. This is it. Works on Hyundai and almost any car you can think of. It's an all-system scanner that can pay itself off in one-time use. I will put the link in the description of the video below if you want to check the current price and features. So, with the engine out of the car, we can demonstrate what we're talking about. When your engine is running, guys, okay, on the exhaust, you have two oxygen sensors, but the first one is the one that's really important. This is known as Upstream oxygen sensor or Bank 1 sensor 1, guys. WAMPD sensor in other countries as well. The purpose of that sensor is to detect how much fuel and air you still have in the exhaust system. By calculating that, it will see if you have perfect mixture. If it's not, it will send the information, the engine computer will determine that, and it will actually adjust fuel, timing, ignition, air, all that stuff, so you can have perfectly balanced mixture. That way the engine is efficient, it's not polluting, it meets emission standards. So, if you have any of these codes, you may have a bad oxygen sensor. In some cases, it may be just kind of like oxygen sensor that has too much like kind of like carbon build around it, like black stuff in the exhaust, and that can prevent it from reading at low RPMs, which will be indicated at idle for this specific code. So you may get it because of a bad upstream oxygen sensor. We have a special video that explains how to test upstream oxygen sensor and how to replace oxygen sensor on Hyundai Sonata. Another thing that can cause it, guys, pretty simple as well. Okay, this is the fuel injectors. We have a special video that explains how to replace fuel injectors, but if you have a fuel injector that's plugged up, clogged and not spraying enough fuel, guys, that will actually make your car to get less fuel or the same amount of air, which will indicate lean fuel mixture. So dirty fuel injectors can do that as well, and if one is bad, I would recommend retest all of them, actually clean all of them or replace them, and then most likely that will take care of the problem. Other conditions that can cause that, guys, is vacuum leak. The vacuum leak is extra air the engine is getting, but it doesn't know about that air. It could be such as vacuum lines, gaskets that are leaking air, intake manifold gasket, throttle body gaskets, loose hoses. We have a special video that explains everything about vacuum leak on Hyundai Sonata, very detailed video, so please check it out, because we have multiple vacuum lines and we're going to cover all that there. Now, something else, okay, in some cases which could be something super simple, it could be actually in some cases clogged fuel filter that's dirty. It will not allow enough air to enough fuel to come to the from the low pressure fuel pump that's located in the fuel tank to the high pressure pump that's right here, and as a result, when you need more power, you're accelerating, passing anybody, or going faster, your car will use more fuel, and if the fuel filter is clogged up, it may be starving, and in some cases that can cause problems as well. Most of the times it can even indicate code P2188, but in some cases the car will try to compensate for that, and it can trigger even that code because of a bad fuel filter in some cases. Now, another thing that can actually, okay, cause that, guys, okay, it could be problems with the fuel rail pressure sensor, but that's not very often. You can test this one, how to test fuel rail pressure sensor, or weak high pressure fuel pump, or that sensor on the pump is bad, but it's like a whole assembly. So in that case, you can see practically that's it, guys. That's for running lean. It means that the car is getting either less fuel and the same amount of air, or the same amount of actually the same amount of fuel and more air, which will indicate lean fuel mixture in both of these scenarios. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you next time.